What is up, you guys? Welcome back to a new episode from Backyard Boys. If you guys are new to this channel, lightly tap that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications, because in this episode we're gonna come back and work on the beloved E46 M3. In the previous episode we got the wrong palette of parts, and in this one we got the correct ones right over there, alongside with a bunch of new parts right over here. And in the previous episode, we started pulling out the apron, things like that over here, and things are looking pretty good. But in this episode, it's time to proof it. Go ahead and put the radiator support on and measure it diagonally and cross. That way we got a whole perfect square up front. That way the front end is perfect. So guys, without further ado, let's get right into it. This is the pallet I just received from M Parts Worldwide. As you guys can tell, it has the reinforcement bar over there, radiator support, and the radiators down in that crack over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and unbox this, but humongous shout out to M Parts Worldwide for helping me out with all the shipping confusion and everything like that, and hooking up for good price on the quality parts. Link in description, go check them out, guys. Let's get this unboxed. Alright guys, well in the last scene I was actually taking apart all the things off this reinforcement bar and putting it onto the new one, like the horns and a couple more brackets. That way we can toss this one over here. Now we can actually measure up the reinforcement like I did so over here, and I did realize that that apron does need a little bit more pulling. We measured up the bolts on this side, they seem to fit, and then this top bolt seems to be like decently there, and then that bottom one just slides away. So we're gonna pull this just a hair more out and probably do a little bit more apron pulling now that we have a thing to base off of, to make sure that we can get this apron as straight as possible. That way the gaps and everything line up perfect, because after this the headlights still go in here and all that stuff, and these bumpers are really tough to align. So yeah guys, let's do that now. Alright guys, well, when we did pull the apron, the gaps got messed up once again, so we went ahead and leveled everything out. We measured it from basically the body of the car to like these points over here, cross measured it here and there, and seems to be pretty darn decent, to a point where I can level everything out. Just a hair over here pushed back, but honestly that's the whole point of all these adjustment points, things like that. We got the wheel off right over here, and the reason for that is because the wheel has a hole in a very interesting spot. Come over here, I'll show you. It has a hole like on the inside of this wall, like right over here. It has a hole, and that's not patchable or anything, so we got a brand new tire for that, and then we're gonna go ahead and mount that on tomorrow. And one more thing that we need to do is start measuring the headlights, making sure that the headlights fit, making sure the gaps in the headlights are good. But the headlights are gonna get some custom halo rings, just like my E92 did right over here. So we're actually gonna be doing that inside my room, so I'll catch you guys in my room. Let's go. Alright guys, well the next part of this video is actually going to be done in my room, just the exact same as my E92 M3 headlights. Right over here we split them. We got the studio light set up right over there, and these headlights are actually much easier to split than the E92 M3 ones, because the E92 M3 has like a gooey glue and you got to bake them, but these are all in clips with just a seal. So we got brand new headlight covers, we got LED rings, halo rings, make sure it looks beautiful, got them bright halos. Yeah guys, let's get them installed. Let's go. Alright guys, well, basically we are done with the headlights. Got everything sealed on, got the new corner lights on, halos installed, and this is basically how you transform a used looking headlight like this one over here for a couple bucks to a basically brand new headlight like so. You guys can see the halo rings inside there. Beautiful, beautiful. This one also right here, seal the back up, that way it looks brand new. Look at that thing. It's literally brand new. But yeah guys, we are now ready to go test them onto the car and make sure those gaps on the car sit perfect because we want this car immaculate condition. Alright guys, well, next morning here and we are back at the shop. Last night we cleaned up the area a little bit, went ahead and slapped the front bumper on and it looks pretty decent. But anyways, we have finally got the headlights here. They're right over here. Everything is looking good. And while we were there, we went ahead and mounted the tire onto the wheel and it's holding air. Everything's looking good, so we're gonna go ahead and set it back on the car, put the car on the ground and start working, test fitting these headlights and seeing if everything lines up, because according to the bumper, I mean, the bumper fit pretty darn good. And then you guys saw that damage, you guys see that? This is supposed to be way out here, just about that much. But yeah, we're gonna work on this once we get the whole front end assembled. Well guys, we have made a crappy discovery and I don't know how this works, but this fender is all banged up everywhere and it was still like to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna repair it, I'm gonna repair it, I'm gonna repair it. And then we discovered that this corner light opening literally opened up like a, look at that. Like it opened up like a whole ½ inch, like even more. Look at that, I can feel my finger down here. And I just had someone reach out to me on Instagram saying that they have the exact same color part, exact same everything, and he has a hood, a fender and a hood. So if I make the drive down there, I might as well pick up both parts. That's gonna make my life a whole ton easier. And since the hood has a crack on it right over here, see that? Right there's a crack, and it's an aluminum hood. Might as well get the hood as well. If it's same color, I don't have to paint the inside of it, just re-clear the outside and repaint the outside, just like I have to do with this one over here, but with no mud. That's gonna be perfect. So guys, with that in mind, I guess I don't know what else I can do. Alright guys, well, after, I don't know, curiosity kicking in and things like that, we decided to try and fix the fender just out of curiosity, just to see if our frame is straight and apron is straight. And the apron and frame seem to be pretty straight because everything is lining up good besides this ugly gap out here. Down here, you can tell it's still wide, and then this narrows in because of the hood damage. But it's weird. You see like a little hit over here, but since the hit was right here, it just impacted the whole fender and warped the whole thing. This gap was actually like big and then small, and right now it's decently straight. It's kind of weird. Everything gets manipulated, everything gets moved as one piece. This kind of got smaller up here, bigger down here, just from working in this section over here. And honestly guys, we probably could have fixed all of these parts. That would have not been the biggest problem, but since we're getting an insane good deal on these two parts, same color and everything is just stupid for us not to get them. So yeah guys, now let's actually go ahead and install the radiator support. Not that one, we got the new one right over there, but we're gonna first clean it up, things like that. Go ahead and put all the good parts on that one, what we need, and go ahead, run it up onto the car, make sure the car starts and runs. Let's go. Alright guys, well, we have installed all the newly used parts and everything is looking good. It's a little bit dirty, but we're going to clean everything up and make sure everything looks good as new. So all this wiring and all this stuff over here, we have, you know, all the coolant hoses, all that stuff here, the engine cooling hoses, transmission, all that stuff is buckled in. We got the clutch fan on, everything is good. Now the moment of truth, see if we can start it up and see if anything rattles, anything touches, any of the belts or pulleys are bent. Go ahead and fire it up. Kill it. Well, everything checks out perfect. I'm extremely happy and excited because anything could have happened. Any of these pulleys could have been bent, anything like that could have happened, but everything is in here and we can't run the car for too long because it has no coolant, unfortunately. And as I showed you guys earlier, the fender and the hood we're replacing, which is actually very, very good. And the reason for that is because we don't have to repair the hood. A hood is aluminum, and up over here there's cracks on the hood right there, and we'd have to probably weld that in, things like that, start lining up the gaps, just a ton more work. But shout out to the guy who actually hooked up the parts for extremely cheap. He gave us the 2 parts for 300 bucks. Very, very, very cheap, same color. That's the only reason we're actually gonna go with him. But anyways guys, on that note, I'm actually gonna finish off, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching to the very, very end. Thank you guys for all the love, all the support. If you guys are new to this channel, lightly tap that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications because this car over here is extremely close to being done. And I'm out.